and he's with us here on Mad Dog Unleashed. Shelton, good afternoon. How are you today? What do you have?
Chris, first and long.
Good to have you aboard, Shell. What's up?
I was at that doubleheader, and when Hamilton threw those pitches, I was in the upper deck.
Right.
And the interesting thing about that was Horton actually at one point crawled back into the dugout.
I know he did. Yes, we showed that today.
Second game,
Yep.
Horton hit one, and Mercer ran through the monuments to get the ball. I thought that was unbelievable.
Isn't that the doubleheader that Mercer had 4 home runs in?
I can't remember that because those are the two things I remember most. There was an old timer next to me, and he said he'd never seen that before. He goes to all the games. The other thing about the baseball is I think that the Players Association needs a little bit of stronger leadership because the owner seems to have them with the lack of signings and then all the computer stuff. And if we go back. When Marvin Miller won that award, won the decision, the players could have been free agents every year. And they actually, Marvin Miller said...
Yeah, he didn't want it because he thought the players would basically flood the market and it would hurt his team. So he didn't want that, everybody being a free agent. But you're right about the Players Association leadership. As I've said for a long time now, the problem that the Players Association has is for the first time since I've been following this, which is, I'd say maybe mid-70s, carefully. I was 15, 16 years of age. For the first time that I've been following this, where I've been attentive to the negotiation process, the player leadership is not as smart as the owner leadership. Marvin Miller, Fear, Orza to a degree, Michael Weiner at least equal. They were brilliant. They were good lawyers, and they were excellent. For the first time, Tony Clark's not a lawyer. He's a baseball player. For the first time since 1966, Manfred and his group is smarter and better negotiators than Clark and his group. And that's the problem. If you're a player, that's the problem. You don't have, after Weiner passed away, Clark was his lieutenant. You don't have a guy in there who can step in and match wits with Dan Hallam and Manfred. And that's the problem. And that's why they got slaughtered in that last agreement. Mike in Orange County, California, and he's with us here on Mad Dog Unleashed. Mike, good afternoon. How are you today?
Hey, Chris. Hello, man.
Hello, Michael. Nice to talk to you.
Hey.
What's on your mind? How you doing?
Good talking to you again. Hey, I want to talk to you about the game on Sunday with Ohtani. So I decided to go to the game. My son and I decided, let's go. Last minute, we got tickets. It was electric, the Angel game. I mean, I haven't seen the crowd this juiced up in a long time. Sold out, very exciting. But this guy, let me tell you, seeing him live is incredible. His stuff is unbelievable. He was literally throwing 98, 99 on all his fastballs, a splitter, whatever, and they could not touch him. And I was telling my son, I don't think the Angels have been this excited about a pitcher since Nolan Ryan.
Yeah, I think there's some truth to that. I think you 100%.
I really do.
I think you're right on. I know they sold the game out. That's rare in April in Anaheim, right, Mike, to sell a game out?
Yes, and against the A's, very rare.
Very rare against Oakland.
The crowd was just into it. Yeah, so we'll see. The Yankees are coming in a few weeks. Can't wait for that game. That'll be a great series. Boston's coming in, too. So it's a great month in Anaheim for the teams coming into town.
No, there you go.
Fun.
Good job. Well done there. Mike's pumped up. They play the Red Sox. Wow, they got a good home schedule. Look at this. The Angels' next 3 series in Anaheim. Red Sox, Giants, Yankees. Wow. So if you do the math, he pitched on Sunday. Let's say he pitches against the Royals. He'll probably face the Giants and face the Yankees. He will pitch 2 out of those 3 teams. Looks like he missed the Red Sox. If, in fact, the Angels keep Ohtani on this rotation, he pitched back-to-back Sundays. Remember, they got a 6-man rotation, which means he would go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He'll go Friday against the Royals, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Friday against the Giants, and then probably Friday against the Yankees in the next 3 starts. Wow. Be fun. Here's Jason in Philly. He's aboard. He's on Mad Dog Unleashed. Jay, good afternoon. How are you today?
I'm doing very well, Chris. How are you?
Fine, Jason. Thank you. What's on your mind today? What do you have for me?
much. Before I get to Red Sox Yankees, my wife and I saw Chappaquiddick over the weekend. Outstanding.
Yeah, they did a great job.
Outstanding movie.
Great movie. And if you're a Kennedy, you look horrible if you're a Kennedy. It's all there is to it.
It was. I mean, I'm 34. It's before my time, but I'm in the history. We walked away just moment by moment. I thought Ed Helms' Gargan was outstanding. It was just one incredible and awful.
Good movie.
Story.
And that Jason Clarke, who played Kennedy, did a great job. Looked exactly like him. He had the antics. He did a great job. It just, if you are a Democrat or if you are a Kennedy groupie, that movie, you're not going to be happy because there's no question about it. Kennedy looks terrible. The Kennedy clan looks terrible walking out of that movie. Go ahead.
Chris, how about that phone call he gives his father at 1 o'clock in the morning from the payphone and the one word his father says back to him?
Alibi.
Not giving too much away.
And how about the fact he wears the neck brace to the funeral?
Oh, it was awful. I mean, it's just, and people tell me, and I'm an attorney too, Chris, and all the high-profile lawyers around, including the U.S. Attorney in Massachusetts, and all the dumb stuff that was going on. But some of the stuff was just below human behavior. The neck brace and everything else, just incredible.
Yeah, you got to see it.
Forward.
It's well done. The movie did a nice job. Go ahead. What else for me?
Yeah. I think Yankees, Red Sox, this is a tremendous series tonight on what you were saying earlier. Sale and Severino, even though it's early with Stanton pressing, if he goes up there 1 for 12, 5 strikeouts, they get swept. There's nothing going on in New York. I talked to my parents yesterday up there. Knicks stink, Rangers stink, the Mets are flying. So there's going to be a big-time problem, but it's going to be interesting to see what they do. Both managers are going to get scrutinized as well. First-time managers, first time they're facing off. Boone's had some questionable moves, but it's going to start to snowball with Stanton. I know it's early. It was all smiles when he signed up. 62 home runs. Here we go. It's going to be a problem, and my Mets are flying, Chris, and that's an issue for them as well.
Yeah, they don't like it, the Yankees. They can deny it all they want. They don't like it. Listen, you can't go crazy on 10 games, but they played 1/10 of the season. Whatever it might be, 116. Let's see. How much did they play the season? 10 into 160. Where does that go? 10 is 100 games. So it's got to be 1/16 of the season. I mean, they haven't even scratched the surface yet, but not a good start. A lot of strikeouts. 25 after the hour. Sean McAdam in a sec here on Mad Dog Unleashed.